Good morning and welcome to today's Down Memory Lane for this week. Going back over Heavener history up to 100 years ago. 1 year ago in 2024, the Floor County football teams went 4-0 in Friday's games. Heavener opened with a 23-14 win at Central. Poto bounced back from last week's loss to Boonville, Arkansas to defeat McAllister, and former Poto coach Forrest Mazey 16-14. Tallahassee down Porter in its home opener 44-25, and Narcoma pounded Canadian 48-8 on the road. Panama also defeated Spiro 40-21 Thursday night, and Pecola had a bye. Services were held for Phyllis Heavener of the concert community. Pecola sailed through the 2024 Fast Pitch Softball Floor County Tournament undefeated and improved to 19 overall with a 12-0 win over Poto in Thursday night's championship game. 10 years ago in 2015, three Heavener girls were named to the Floor County Tournament Softball County team after finishing second in the tournament. Jody Hill was selected Heavener football homecoming queen. Her escort was Kenny Morrison. Thor's Hammer Run was coming on September 26. Heavener school enrollment stood at 1,066, down slightly from the previous year. The school board hears a proposal on a new fishing team for the school students. Revival in the Valley is planned for October 15th and 17th. The Hall Creek Festival was scheduled for November 7th, and the Wolves look to rebound after losing to Vian. 20 years ago in 2005, the Route 59 cruisers planned a cruiser night. Worcester Bridge scheduled for construction. Dr. Michael Kemp and Dr. Richard B. Winters were chosen to lead the Poto Health Clinic. Members of First Baptist Church took supplies to help with survivors of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. Carl Albert State College planned on adding a new building. Heavener scheduled to hold homecoming activities. Heavener football team defeated Quinton to stay undefeated, and the Lady Wolves finished fifth in the county tournament. 30 years ago, in 1995, new ballpark proposed to the city council. Heavener grad Dr. Roger Webb was named to the Oklahoma Higher Education Hall of Fame. John Thompson and Christy Urey were to wed. Heavener School scheduled to hold a Title IX public hearing. A DA investigator was suspended after being charged with 3 felony counts. Heavener lost to Mena, Arkansas in football 28-12, and services were held for IP Renfro. 40 years ago in 1985, Harcoma defeated Heavener in the season opening football game. Wister Lake restaurant burned. Heavener School planned to discuss what to do with the West Side School. City Council purchased equipment for the fire department, and Jody Tiffy was recovering from injuries suffered in a motorcycle accident. 50 years ago in 1975, hang gliders are flying off the east side of Poto Mountain. Gary Urey was chosen to discuss the pros and cons of fluoridation in the city water supply at Thursday meeting of the JCs. A new gun club was established in Heavener. Hodgin Principal Herbert Reading announces a bond issue is needed to complete the new gym. Roger Mead and others have filed a $100,000 lawsuit against the Heavener City Council, Police Department, and City Manager, saying that Police Chief Billy Bozart had been trying to turn the city into a mini police state. Also, George Waits has a 1963 Ford truck for sale. Imogene's Cut and Curl was scheduled to open on October 1st, and you could dance with Hank Thompson and the Brazos Valley Boys Saturday at the Green Country Danceland. 8-pack of 16-ounce Pepsi bottles was just $1.19 at Boyd's Food Store. And Robert Redford stars in The Great Waldo Pepper that week at the Liberty Theater. 60 years ago, in 1965, plans are being laid to provide a caretaker and a road for the Heavener Runestone. Heavener Police Chief Herbert Killian returned home last week after an extended stay in a Fort Smith hospital after he was attacked by a gang of horse gamblers. Local weather observer Kenneth Capps reports Huebner received 4.72 inches of rain earlier in the week. C.R. Franklin's 1964 Ford Galaxy is for sale. Sandra Dee and Peter Fonda are starring in Tammy and the Doctor this week at the Liberty Theater. In 1955, 70 years ago, Harlan Powers and James McBride of Zoe were seriously injured in an auto accident near Aurora, Colorado. Bill Lowe was driving the car but was not seriously injured. T.A. Westmoreland plans to open a new Ford dealership in Huebner on East 1st Street. Auction of the ranch of Carol Bender near Hodgen nets $4,631 Tuesday. New car batteries are just $9.98 installed for free at Otasco and Huebner. H. Griffin has a Hudson 6 automobile for sale. 90 years ago in 1935, O.C. Bushow, long-time resident of Stapp, was killed in an auto accident near Red Oak while he was en route to Oklahoma City. Local miners joined a national strike. The Huebner Athletic Association decided to install floodlighting at Ward Park for the high school football season. Lights will be taken down if the park is needed for a baseball game. Charles Crawford of Huebner accepted a position as special agent for the Frisco Railroad. Huebner Auto Sales is selling a T model Ford pickup for $35. Dick Powell and Joanne Blondell star in Broadway Gondolier at the Liberty Theaters that week. And 100 years ago in 1925, all cotton in the area is ripe and ready to be picked. Roads are expected to open soon from Huebner to Monroe via Morris Creek Road. The road south of Huebner is expected to be in good shape soon. Frank Reeves, who pitched for the Huebner Blues, and Dale Cunningham were pinned under their Ford car, which overturned with them in it near Mena. Reeves died from his injuries, while Cunningham was not seriously injured. You can ride the Red Ball bus between Fort Smith and Fort Smith.